Hey y'all, I do want to apologize for not having any content out for a while. Just been busy, but I do want to talk about the watches I've been wearing more recently, like in terms of daily wearing it more recently. Now, mind you, from the time I started my watch collection till now, it's been more recent where I've been more educated in the world of watches. I've picked out more of my favorite pieces and actually good ones. And it's the thing where if you talk to any watch enthusiasts and collectors, they'll tell you like the first couple of watches you pickups are mostly like trial and error, and it's not until like down the road when you learn more and whatnot. Now some people they keep like a two three like a 3 watch collection or 5 watch collection, but it's like they take their time, right? The first iteration of watch would be like a Rolex Tudor or something, or like a safe route, which is a G-Shock, which can't go wrong. But like others, like me, will make a mistake. Um, but these are my 5 watches that I love wearing. Now, take it with a grain of salt. This is based on the watches I can afford, but the watches I also like. So yeah, I will also say the price points and where I actually got it from, just so that y'all are aware of, the actual information of the watches if you do like these pieces. So yeah, let's get started. So I started my watch collection around 2021, and my first watch was the Casio calculator watch, and I bought it on my trip to New York back in 2021. Ever since then, my collection has been growing, but these are the few watches I actually daily wear the most. The first one I will show, and this is not in order of like my least favorite to most favorite, which one I daily wear the most, to least, or least to most, is just random. Um, Usually sometimes I do double wrist, and I do wear my Omega bracelet a lot more often ever since I got it earlier this year. But yeah, so for my first watch, um, it is going to be, let me show this, the Hamilton Ventra. Now, I do have this one, and I do have the XXL version, which is an automatic movement. And I believe I've done a couple of videos on it, but this was more of a recent one, which I got around like the end of last year. I do like this a lot. I do like the Ventrust itself. I sometimes wear a mix of both. And with this, essentially, and usually with watches, when you do purchase them, you do want to look at the history and whatnot, and a few of these watches do have like a big impact. This one in particular was one of the few watches that was part of the whole quartz movement, in the sense that it was one of the few early adopters of battery powered watches. Now it wasn't. Now at that time, this was around the 50s, and this actually was popularized by what's his name? Elvis Presley. He famously wore this in a movie. I forgot what was the movie's name, but it got even more popular when you know the crew, some of the crew in Men in Black wore this in the trilogy. Starting from the first film. So with this has a pretty unique shape. One of the few watches to be an early quartz adopter. At that time, it sucked in the 50s, and also, you know, what's his face? Elvis Presley wore it, and it's pretty cool. I really love this. Now the standard one is this size. I think they're around like $600 to $900. The standard one is a silver body, black face dial, and a black leather strap with a silver body essentially. So yeah. Another one I daily wear a lot is this Seiko 5 GMT. I do really love this, especially Seiko as a company. Their history has they have a huge history, and essentially they did change the watch game forever. Not just in terms of Japanese watches, but also how they affected the Swiss watch company a lot. This one I have is the Seiko 5 GMT, And with this, I honestly think it's one of my favorite watches of all. Now, in the past, Seiko has been making amazing quartz watch, but more recently, they've been really thriving on the Seiko 5 model. This version I have is the GMT model. Now, I am an ASU student. I do it remotely, and having to see two different time zones, not just for here, but also the time zone for ASU does help a lot. And I think this is like, personally, I think one of the best price point watches of all, coming in close around a little bit $400 to $500. Now you can get Seiko 5s for much cheaper without the GMT function, even like 34 to 35 millimeters for like around 150, 110 to $150. This one would just be a little bit more pricey. It's more of like catered towards not just the GMT functionality and plus being automatic, but a little bit more of a diver side with the sports. And then obviously when you get the metal bracelet, it is more expensive, but I do like the bracelet design. It's pretty cool. And I got this from Macy's, which is pretty cool. And Macy's do carry like good brands. I mentioned this. I got this through Swatch Group. Now you can pick it up from Hamilton's website. You can even go to Macy's and a couple of reliable jewelry shops that are official carriers of Hamilton watches. Just want to let you know. This next one is my favorite, and it's the one I've been wearing a lot for a while. Actually, I bought this back in 2023. I want to say around the summer time frame, and it's the Hamilton Khaki Field. This one is a manual wind. So they did, and the reason I mentioned this is there is an automatic version, and then just recently, I think around sometime early this year, like sometime last year in 2024, they did release a quartz variant for I think like $350, $375, which is not a bad price point. This one will be around like $500. A little bit over that, I believe, but you can get it for a good deal from other places. But one thing I do like about this, it does also have a movie tie-in also, just like the Hamilton Ventra. There was a blackface style worn by Gene Marston in the Sonic film, and there was a bronze case version of this watch worn by Hank Pym in the Ant-Man film. I think it was in the second one. But this also has a cool history. So with Hamilton, they used to make watches for the military army, and this iteration was made around the World War II era for the U.S. Army. So yeah, and I love the manual wind. So like my Seiko 5 is an automatic movement, so you can wind it up and then put on your wrist, and it'll go back to Kinetic. I do like this a lot more just because it's just manually winding, which sounds like more work compared to an automatic, but I do love it a lot more just because it's just a simple wind up and it'll keep running, and I don't have to really think about as opposed to this where I have to make sure this has to be like running more often. Even let's say if I don't wear it, just having just being manual wind, I do love it. You have more of a relationship with the watch. Now I did buy this with a NATO strap. I did make a review on this. But I swap between the NATO strap and the stainless steel strap, which I do love sometimes. So yeah, if I want to get a little bit more fancy, dressed up, I go for the stainless steel, or I daily wear it. If I'm gonna daily wear it, I go for the nail strap. It is a 20 millimeter lug to lug with, so you can put a lot of. There's a lot of stars so you can get that 20 millimeter, which are pretty cool. And yeah, I don't really have any complaints with this. Honestly, it's a pretty cool watch. So yeah, this one was actually a gift from my team members, and I got it sometime earlier this year. And I did do an unboxing video and did make a review on it. And it's the M79, or what is it called, the M50D, this M79 collection automatic watch from Timex, and this iteration is the Penis collection. So you do have Snoopy up front, and then you have the Peanuts character on the back with an open case back to see all the movements, and it's pretty cool. I do for the price of it, it's a pretty good spec watch. It is sort of like a diverse watch, a budget-oriented one, which I highly recommend purchasing. It's a little bit fun. It looks like the Pepsi Rolex without having to break the bank. And coming from Timex, where they've made reliable watches, can't go wrong. This is something I daily wear a lot, especially since it was a really cool gift. This has an amazing room. It has the day and date functionality and Snoopy up front with the Pepsi bezel, so it's like blue and red, so it's a little bit more fun without being too much out there. And so just letting you know, as you're seeing this, you might be wondering why I have this, what kind of strap I'm using. This is an 18mm strap that I got from my Casio watch. They send the steel ones that you can pick up for $20 from Walmart. I put like a leather strap on that, while on this it's this Casio watch strap. And I do like it just because of how slender it looks, like it's more tapered down, so it looks more sleeker and cooler, I guess, even when you put it on. Because the strap that came along with it, for me, I do kind of have a hairy arm, so it does pull my hair a lot more often. This, it does just a little bit, but it's a pretty cool watch. And it tells you a lot about the watch on the back, like the specifications around it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. 50 meters of water resistance, automatic movement, 18mm lug for straps. And yeah, it's a pretty cool watch. These two are going to be the Omega collabs. I did, mind you, I did do a review on them and a couple videos on it. So I'm going to keep these, at least this short. When I first bought the Moon Swatch, I did have the Saturn, which I ended up selling. And I got that from the Houston location. Pretty cool. I did do an unboxing for this. This is the Polar Lights, which came out last year, and I bought it last year. This was around the summertime frame. So this is the part of the Mission on Earth collection. So you get to see the planet of the planet up back. But I recently, just not that long ago, got the updated rubber strap. I did do a video for my pink moon face, and I do like it. It's $45 each, different sizes. The one that it's most common is the medium and large. It goes from extra small to extra large, and color matches with every moon swatch color. And I chose this color because it does color match with a watch, and yeah, and I do love the watch itself. The strap is more comfortable, I would say, than the one that comes with it default, which is that completely Velcro strap. I mean, this has a Velcro attachment, but it's a rubberized strap, pretty comfy. And then the watch itself does look cool. You're getting an Omega certified watch for like around that $200-300 price point, which is pretty cool. It is also light, made from bioceramic, so I get to daily wear it a lot more. And I wear this at work a lot, and sometimes even outside of work I do wear this. And I do get people that don't know about the whole collaboration, and people don't even know that Swatch owns Omega, which is understandable, but the fact that like you can get this for a lot cheap is pretty cool. And it's a pretty fun watch, just like the Blanc Pawn. And same will go for the Omega Swatch Speedmaster Collab. This one I have is the Mission to Earth Face. So this is the first watch to have an Earth face complication, and the first watch to have two different face complications on one watch, which is pretty cool. So on one side you have your moon face, your standard moon face, which Swatch does have. Does sell moon swatches with moon face. The ones that we sell on the day-to-day regular basis will be the all black and all white full moon and new moon Snoopy edition watches. They've done limited launches with that where it was a super blue moon face, and then the one I did a video on, which is the pink moon face. This one is the first one to have an Earth face, and you get to see the different phases of Earth from the perspective of the moon, which is pretty cool. And then there is a little Easter egg where, like, on the Earth, it will show you which continent is showing on the front end, essentially, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. Last but not least, I did do a whole video on it. Like, I shot the whole entire thing. I had edited it and saved it. I bought this around, I want to say August or September of last year. And I was deleting videos from photos and applications from my iPhone because I needed more storage, and realized that I didn't realize until late when I was going to upload that video that I had deleted the review itself. But yeah, I will do a full in-depth video, but this is the watch. This is another one from Swatch. It's part of their Irony collection, their Irony ladies collection. Essentially, Irony is any Swatch watch with a metal encasing, and this is the Irony ladies, so it's their lady lineup. It's called the Brownie. Spelled like the actual food brownie, but instead of IE at the end, it's double E at the end. But I do like this. It's like a 26mm watch, with a day and date functionality, and it does look pretty professional. It does look good. It looks like a Omega Constellation, or like a small size Rolex, or like a Cartier watch vibe going on. And this is battery operated, just like the Moon Swatches, but with battery operated Swatch, you do get a lifetime of free battery replacements at any Swatch around the world. And just like what I mentioned earlier about the Blancpain, about the 2-year warranty, that will cover any watch that you can store. So this does have a silicone strap, which is pretty cool, so it's more comfortable, so I can wear it anywhere. This have the day and date functionality, and I like how the numbers show over here. It goes by twos, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which is pretty cool. And it does have like a good lume on it on the hands, and there's little dots about the numbers that have lume, which is pretty cool. I do get compliments on this, so yeah. That was pretty much it for the watches I daily wear. From like, I want to say beginning of this year to like now. Now it will change over the period of time, obviously. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. As always, please stay tuned for more content. Yeah, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell icon. Comment down below what videos you would like to watch. Let me know. And if you guys have watches that y'all have, let me know what kind of watches you have, and if you do have a watch collection, and if y'all have any of these watches. So yeah. Thank you and stay safe. Peace out.